What do you think about what I just said so far?
Ugh, a lot. Well, the first thing, I do have a question. What do you do, like, I've forgiven and all of that, but over this past week, I found myself, I slipped. I didn't overreact on the external, like the person I was responding to
Right.
didn't see it, but inside, it was not good. I was fuming, I was angry, and it really felt like a huge setback for me. And it's been kind of rough because I feel like I'm being pulled back into that comfort zone of mine.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, this is the second part of it, and then I'm going to,
No,
I'd
no
like
problem.
to hear your
Yeah.
response.
I can tell you went through something this week. It's all over you.
Yeah. I listen to your programs by and large. That's pretty much all I listen to, whether it's the Fallen State, your morning show. With the morning show, I haven't been able to listen to it in the morning because I feel like, okay, we're supposed to be involved. What you were just, I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but about getting involved with the abortion and standing back, not saying anything, yet all of these things are happening. I felt so much anxiety during the course of this week because I usually start out my morning with your show, but I haven't been able to do that because I'm like, what do we do? Like, what do we do? Like, I feel like wherever I go, whomever I'm with, it's like, I can't even relate. They can't relate with me. I was at dinner with a friend. That friend just I'm like, oh my God, you don't even see what I'm seeing. Like, you're blaming everybody else. You're blaming everything aside from taking any type of accountability. Speaking this to the person, they're not getting it. And it's just like, I don't mind standing alone, but it really is lonely. Like, it is completely, I feel like I am an alien in this world. So I don't know. I mean, what do we do?
Anybody gone through that or going through that? You've gone through that? I know exactly what you mean. And I can see in your eye, oh, babe. You had a rough week.
Thank you. I'll take all that sympathy. Bring it.
You told Harpo to beat me. My daddy, my brothers, my uncles. I ain't gonna take it no more. How would you respond to what she said? And then here. The young lady, yeah.
I can
Because
definitely.
you've been through that too,
Yeah,
right?
I can definitely relate. Because you go through that period of time where you feel very kind of alone with, like, even like with friends at work when you're having, like what she was saying, having conversations, and you really just don't see yourself. So like I definitely can understand feeling like kind of. I just label it the Jessie stuff now. That's the
Mama.
label I give it.
Excuse me. Mama? Mom, don't speak for her. All right, she don't need your help, Mama. I want her, she needs to speak on her own so she can see as she's speaking. Mama trying to help.
So that's what I label it. So I can definitely understand. I think that if you can, making friends with people within this group or ladies within this group, because I feel like that really helps, because then you at least have one or two people that can completely relate to you, you know?
Nice.
That's what
Amazing. Yes, what do you do in those moments? You say you going through that, been through that?
Yeah, I have.
And how did you deal with it? And how are you dealing with it?
Well, I thought I kind of was just judging. Well, I was judging. I just felt like when I was like, oh my God, everybody's just, and I just realized how everybody's just blind and it's like all a lie. And I was like, wow, like I'm lucky that I can see this. But now I just realized, like, I kind of I was already, like, I'm not very super close to my family, but I kind of pulled even more. And now I just kind of, I'm like back, but I just realized that they can't see. And
Right.
I was there. Sometimes I go back there. So it is, I just keep living. I mean,
And how do you deal with, you call it loneliness, right? You feel like you get lonely? Take the mic here.
It's just a culmination of things. Yeah.
How do you deal with that loneliness?
I don't feel like I get lonely.
You never gone through that yet?
No.
You will, stay with it.
I think because I've always been pretty like, I don't get like all attached to.
You never been that way?
No, not really.
Oh.
I mean, I've always just, my sister would tell me, oh, you're like a loner at school. But I didn't see it as like, I don't need people to walk with me to a locker. You know, like I just didn't, I didn't understand where she was coming
You
from.
kind of been a loner.
I mean, I have friends, but I'm not the person that's like calling you all the time. Like we'll meet up for lunch once a month or something.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's not, you know, like I don't know. So
Okay.
yeah.
And how do you deal with it in the white? I was thinking of you this week.
Thank you.
How things going for you?
Great.
I was thinking about how young you are. You're learning all this now. And what is that like? You're 20, 21?
I'm 20.
20. What is that like being 20 and hearing all this and doing the silent prayer?
It's
and all
very
that?
interesting. I definitely felt lonely as
Yeah.
well to what
Yeah.
Danielle was saying.
Yeah.
I definitely, like for a year, COVID allowed me to separate myself from people, and then I took a year off, and then I was lonely and
Yeah.
alone for a year, and it was really hard. And I can just remember being like sad, you know? But then after I was listening to you and learning every day, it changed my perspective on what being alone means and how helpful it is.
Nice. Amazing. So you just kind of accepted it and went through it?
Right.
Yeah. She's right. You're not alone. And when you're going through this, you're being separated from the world so you can be in it, but not of it. And if you see it all the way through, you're going to be able to have a life where you don't need anything, want anything from anyone. And you'll be able to be around people and take it or leave it. You won't need or want anything from them. And if they're weird or try to insult you or say stupid stuff, it won't bother you at all. You're dying. And dying, preparing for heaven is hell. Have you noticed that? What? Have you noticed preparing for heaven is hell? It's hard because we so identify with this false self. We have gathered so much from the world and from the imagination about who we are and what we should do and how to get happiness and how not to be alone. All that is dying now. And you're going to see God is with you and you will never experience that again. You want those moments. You want to go through those things. And when you were in your head this week, the next time that happened, and it will, you totally let go and relax in it and catch all the hell you can. Catch all the hell that come. And it's going to be hard. You're going to want to cry. You're going to want to scream. You're going to want to make a phone call. You're going to want to get drunk. You're going to want, even if you don't even drink, you're going to find something to drink. But you want to catch all the hell you can take. So you can start running from hell and overcome hell. And the light of God, the love, will take you through it. And your whole nature is changing from abnormal to normal. You're dying to death. And as far as helping these folks that want to kill babies, we can't even do anything about ourselves. We can't change anything of ourselves. We're not in control of anything. Who are we to think we can go and control somebody else? That's a false morality that we've been taught in the churches. Oh, you're a Christian now, and here are all the rules as a Christian. Here are the guidelines. And if you don't follow these guidelines, you're not a Christian. Go out to the bush and mill, stop the woman from killing the baby. Go over to the LGBTQ bar and protest them. Make your husband do what you want him to do. Make your friend be the way you want them to be. We've been taught these things. We've been brainwashed. And all that is dying now, and Satan gonna make you think you're dying, but you're not. You're rising. It is dying. And so that loneliness and stuff you feel it. It's not you.
Well, can I just add, it's not the loneliness part. I'm fine with being alone.
Right.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
I understand that.
What I'm saying is, I said a lot, so I understand. But let me just clarify with this one question.
Okay?
What do we, I feel like, are we supposed to do anything? Like, all this chaos, right, is
Right.
happening outside of us.
Right.
In the world. And I've heard you say we should get involved.
Right.
So how do you get involved when you're getting involved with demons? With
Good.
nothing but little satans?
Good question. You get involved by not being involved with the demon. You get involved, let's say we run for office, right? You run for office not to get glory from it, not to make money from it, even though you will, not to anything. You're getting involved to be the light, and the light will shine. It will shine through the darkness, and you will see the right laws to push or enforce. You won't be afraid of the demons around you because you're no longer afraid of the demons inside of you. You won't try to make anyone do anything, but you'll be very effective.
Despite the fact that even the people, the side that I would want to be with is just one system now.
Right.
So it's like they're all,
They are the same.
like I just feel so small. Like I feel like I should be doing something, we should be doing something, but we're just standing here observing. So that's
All egos feel like it should be doing something.
Okay.
The Father will work through us. Of ourselves, we can do nothing. The Father will work through us, and He will do the work. Egos want to feel like, oh, I need to be doing something. What can I do? And that's what we do with our own personal life. We think we can fix our own life, and we need to be doing something. We need to will it to be. We need to do this. That doesn't work. Of ourselves, we can do nothing. But greater is He that's in us than he that's in the world. And you let go and trust that and stay present, it'll be amazing.
Okay.
But the devil wants you to think you need to be doing something else. You can't. There's nothing you can do. Be led by the light instead of being led by the darkness. Those people led by the darkness, and they will not have, because you won't have anything in common with the darkness, with them, they won't be able to handle it. They'll try to destroy you. If you notice, the one or two men and women who do wake up and they get involved, the whole world try to destroy them. They go out they'll make up stuff, and they will try to destroy you. They're going to be trying to destroy you, but because you have nothing in common with them at all, they won't be able to. Because the darkness has no power at all, zero power. It pretends to have power, but it has none. And you will see what to do. But you got to let go and let the light, let the nature, the love of God guide you, and He will.